it was all consuming. I could not concentrate at work. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't eat. Just wanted to stay at home. And it was affecting my work tremendously because I couldn't concentrate. I felt alone. I felt like nobody could understand what I was going through. And I felt that I could get through it by myself. Growing up, I was extremely close to my father. I was a baseball player, and my dad was like my #1 fan. So he was always very, very, very special. And in 2012, he was 56 years old. He'd never been sick in his life, and he got stage 4 cancer. And it was an extremely aggressive cancer, and it took him in 5 months. So after that, I wasn't doing well. I didn't know exactly what it was, but I was clinically depressed. I remember something that really changed the path of where I was going was one of my partners, Harley Tropin. I remember he came into my office and he says, "I'm here for you. I can imagine what you're going through." And he gave me a phone number. He gave me a phone number of a therapist. And he said, I think you should call her. And that phone number really changed things for me. I called and set something up. And I think that first initial phone call it's scary, because you're like, oh, what are they, if people find out I'm going to therapy, what are they gonna think or whatnot? But I needed something. And luckily, she was fantastic and really helped me move forward, not move on, but move forward. So as of late, I've had to go back into therapy. My wife and I, we had our first son in November. And my little brother, him and his wife, Michelle, they got pregnant shortly after we got pregnant. I was having a boy, they were having a boy. 3 weeks apart, baby Assis, he named him Assis after my dad, was born December 12th. My son was born November 15th. So they were gonna be best buds, at least that's what I thought. So when he was born, there was a problem, and that the quality of life was gonna be terrible, and that he wasn't gonna live. They were not sure, but probably past his first birthday. So we were with him. We had baby Assis for 44 days. He actually died on my dad's 6-year anniversary, January 25th of this year, a few months ago. So the past 4 months have been really, really difficult. And I was kind of going in a bad direction with all that. So I reached out again and started back up with the therapy. So yeah, I mean, I'm struggling as we speak. So working, with the therapist, it's helped in that it helps me live in the moment. I was never able to do that because I was always thinking of a case, an argument. So it's helped me to try and focus on the present, which we as lawyers do not do a good job, I think, at all. When you talk about mental health and you kind of remove that mask and you make yourself vulnerable, you have the ability to maybe help people. The big lesson that I learned from making myself vulnerable was that some people are desperate for help and they're scared to reach out, or maybe they don't know where to reach out to. And unless you engage in the conversation, that person might not ever get help. Don't for a second believe that reaching out for help is a sign of weakness. It's the complete opposite. It's a sign of strength. It's a sign of courage. It's also necessary, because although we try and justify things and we intellectualize things, and the fact of the matter is, I don't care how smart you are or how much money you make, you're human, and it's okay to get help.